set in the heavens before set in the heavens before the cutoff on the earth. The Lord set in the heavens. The cutoff of the foundation. The Lord set in the heavens. Before the foundation, there is a cutoff on the earth where He's going to stop. There is a cutoff point where He's going to get busy. Them He going to get busy. First time in history to Jacob's trouble. Some things gotta happen for them to move that way. Some things gotta happen for them to move. They know what time it is, man. They moving and we moving. They ain't stopping, we ain't gonna stop. They moving and we moving. We gonna see who gonna win. They ain't stopping, we ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna be them. We gonna see who gonna win. It ain't gonna be them.
What it say? To the fields and the flowers, so the wind don't touch the earth. So once those winds don't touch the earth, then the Lord gonna let that wind touch the earth.
And that's when we done talking. That's when we done talking. So don't be like, that's when we done talking. We can't go on the highway like, no more. No, you should clap. That is a sign. No, you should clap. That's called prophecy. Don't skip the prophecy now. That's called. We ain't supposed to be talking, but you want to talk forever? I don't. We ain't supposed to be talking, but you want to talk now? I don't. Rule. Absolutely. I want the ground now. I rule. Absolutely. I want the ground.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? So y'all probably didn't even hear me greeting. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. So back, let me start it all over. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashem Kakodash. Giving double honors to the apostle and elders and great millstone who've been ruling well through the Spirit, bringing forth 100% of most high doctrine to the best of their ability, teaching his word and believing in his word, and the men underneath them, and for the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth and four corners of America, in congregations and out congregations, teaching his word and believing in his word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on your spirit to endure, and Lord willing, one day we can all be singing the same song. And for the sisters, the single wives, the single sisters, and the wives that's playing their role as loving silent wives, Lord willing, the Most High continue to have it on your spirit to be believers of this word and to be teachers to the children, right? And be keepers at home. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. The title of this video, like I said earlier, but y'all couldn't hear me, it says, stay in the world if you want to have fun. This is really inspired just by this young kid. I'm gonna have to say it again. This young boy, probably 12 or younger, teaching on YouTube. And I understand it was another brother in Great Millstone. He had said, even these kids got to do the work of the Lord. And that's how I know, for me as an adult, fun should be the last thing on my mind, right? It should always be focusing on the coming of Hamashiach Yahushai, because I want to be a part of that number. And being a part of that number, you would be diligently working. So I'm going to read, Lord willing, both translations, KJV and GNT. And I'm reading Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. Lord willing, I probably might even show a little video of the young kid teaching. So verse 22, it says, how long will ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge, right? And a lot of our brothers and sisters is more simple, simple when it comes to the ministry of the Lord. Esau made us feel so comfortable. Right now, Canada had a crazy, miraculous fire out of nowhere, and it's smoke in the air, just like chemtrails. And our kids is playing, and they're getting all these flumes inside of them. The Lord is showing work in miraculous ways, and we're all in la stupid land. In the GNT, it says, foolish people, how long do you want to be foolish? How long will you enjoy making fun of knowledge? Will you never learn? And that goes into the Proverbs 12:1. Anybody that hates to be reproved is brutish. You are stupid. And this goes for children and adults. Yeah, that's what, look, like the brother said. I'm going to put that on here, right? He said that's why they told everybody to wear masks on their face. And you might tell your kids, yo, it's a big ass fire. You might not even see the smoke. Oh, I'm about to go outside anyways. Guess what? I ain't going to say nothing to the neighbors, anybody in my house. Go do what you, guess what? I got to go get my daughter from the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around to duck and dodge what the Lord is doing. Regardless if you want to be in the truth or you're not in the truth, you still are going to get hit with this mother sucker, man. The Lord is not playing, and it's not time to be foolish, right? And it's not time to make fun of knowledge. A lot of, oh man, this brother on the corner again. Look at these brothers looking like superheroes. Yes, I'm Tommy, the Mega Force Ranger. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. And I wish I was a child in this truth, right? Because man, actually, let me get a video of this young kid teaching. Let me get this precept first. This is Acts 17, and I'm going to read from verse 30 to 32. And Lord willing, I'm going to show a different video of this young king, man. This is motivation for me. It might not be motivation for you, and that's fine. I'm not here to make anybody like me, you know. You be your own man, be your own woman. But if you really care for the ministry of the Lord, you're going to always stay in tune, right? So let's see what this young kid about to bring out. And he going live every day. This young kid going live every day.
Shalom, shalom, brother. belongs to the apostles who teach in the highways and byways and well. Shalom also to Brother Jim for another shofar. Stay safe. Let's not get some precepts. This book is Sirach, chapter 39, verse 25. So the good of good things created from the beginning. So evil things were finished. And so good things were created in the beginning from good people. This is where you get the carnally term karma. What you give is what you get back. This is where you get the carnally term karma. What you give in is what you get back. So if you do good things,
and that goes into reap what you sow. Right? That goes into reap what you sow. Right? I'm gonna have to get a sidebar. That little kid just got me in for no damn reason. Hold on, let me get a sidebar. Dang, what do I want? Dang, that kid just hit me. He just hit me. Right? Let's get this. Let's see if it give me it. Okay, it do. I'm gonna put it on the screen. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. And we're gonna go all the way to 9. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 to 9. It says, "Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Not going into karma, but technically, if we was to use it in regular terms, is what you reap. Whatever you sow is what you reap. So if you ain't doing shit for the Lord, guess what? You ain't getting shit. Excuse my language. You're not, men or women, right? And if a grown person, when we come in this truth, we are supposed to come like children. That's why I teach in my house and outside my house. If you have children, study your children, because you're going to always see you in those kids, even if they're not your kids. Study the children, because we are supposed to be in this thing like babes. And if you lollygagging, having fun, and then I might forget scriptures. What am I going to do to get back to remembering scriptures? Go read, because then it goes to show whatever I'm sowing, I'm going to reap. If I'm not trying to read, if I'm not trying to watch videos, if I don't have a thrill for this thing, I am not going to reap anything. I wanted to go outside, but I knew in my mind, Lord, I want to read. I have to get my mind away. I have to read. I have to get back into getting into reading chapters, right? Going into the history and then teach after, right? And Lord willing, I already talked to him. Hey, give me the thrill to go teach tomorrow, because the day I started off my day by reading. So I'm already reaping because I know what I already read. I have a desire for these things, right? In every one of us. Verse 8, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap life everlasting." And this is why you have to teach your children, teach whoever you teaching, the difference between the flesh and the spirit. The spirit is gonna go forth. The spirit is gonna always gain, but the flesh is weak, right? If you constantly feeding bullshit to your flesh, I'm sorry, you're gonna reap bullshit. Right? But if you're always in the spirit, you're going to reap spiritual things like faith, endurance, spiritual stability. You're going to know who's your assurance. Yahweh Shemashai is our assurance. Verse 9, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." So none of us should worry that, oh, we got to read again. We got to teach again. You know what I'm saying? Men and women and children. Me personally, I believe if a kid can get on IG, Instagram, if they could get on a damn tablet, a damn cell phone, before they scroll down Facebook short videos or watch YouTube videos, they should be reading a fucking book, right? And outside of that book, they should be reading the Bible, let alone history. I'm not trying to be surrounded around dumb folks, because what if we get separated? And you ain't gonna even know, because you're not working on your faith. You got to always think in your mind, what if I get separated from the flock? Don't all sheep get separated sometimes? Yes. So what you going to do if you're not having your mind like the TV show 100, where people get separated, somebody in a bunker, these people over here, and then you trying to go look for your people, and then you don't see them? You got to always try to sow something, right? Lord willing, we'll show that the King's video again. Acts chapter 17, verse 32 is the main point, but Acts chapter 30, it says, in the times of this ignorance, the Most High winked at, but now commandeth all men everywhere to repent, because he hath appointed a day in the which he shall judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he hath ordained, whereof he hath given assurance. That's crazy. I just said that. Unto all men, in that he have raised him from the dead, which, Lord willing, we get raised from the dead. Because this hellhole is damn near hell. We're dead. We're like Lazarus, right? And we constantly need to read scriptures and hear the word, so that the Lord, through the apostles, the elders, and other men that's in his ministry that's serious, they're speaking to your bones, right? It says, and when they heard of the resurrection of the dead, some mocked and others said, we will hear thee again of that matter. In the GNT, it says, when they heard Paul speak about raising from death, some of them made fun of him, but others said, we want to hear you speak about this again. So you're going to have a two-third. You're going to have a simple-minded nigga. You're going to have children that might not laugh, but when they walk away, you can tell that they don't care, because they'll forget everything you said, from the littlest to the greatest. And this is why we always got to watch, because I'm not a motherfucking psychic. Anybody that watched this video now or later, I don't know what the hell you're thinking, but I know the Lord searched the heart, so he knows if you think, oh, I don't give a damn. Always be the one to say, guess what? We want to hear you speak about that, speak about this again. Some brothers be like, oh man, we bringing out the same precepts again. It's going to be people that say this. We want to hear you speak about it, speak about this again. You're going to want to hear about Jacob Trouble again, the mark of the beast again, race war again, faith again. You're going to want to hear about the law again. You're going to want to hear the history from Joshua all the way to Nehemiah. You're going to want to hear it again and again. You're going to want to hear about the Maccabees again and again until Yahweh Shai come. Anybody that want to take a damn vacation, a whole week off, a month off from the ministry of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, I wish you Godspeed, man. May like they say in Star Wars, may the force be with you. But in black terms, may the force be with you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let's get let's go to Job 12. Let's see what that's going into. Job 12, verse 5. And this goes into another thing I want to get into too. I'm going to read this straight from the GNTZ, Job chapter 12, verse 1. And you can see it in the KJV, so you can definitely read the KJV while I'm reading the GNT, right? Because it's right there. So the left side KJV, the right side GNT. It's going to basically say the same. It's just GNT going to smack you right in the face. It says, yes, you are the voice of the people, just like what we just read in Paul. Right. Look, he say, you be navigate to the kingdom. Right. Right. With the scriptures, that is right. You be navigated to the kingdom. Hearing the words of the Lord, be navigated to the kingdom. If you're not being navigated, or if you just like I want to go to Florida and you want to drive there, how the hell you gonna get there if you don't got a navigation? How you gonna get to ATL to Buffalo without following the GPS? You niggas is out your rabbit mind. The scriptures is the navigation. Yahweh Shema Shai is the navigation, right? So verse 1 to 6, it says, yes, you are the voice of the people. When you die, wisdom will die with you. But I have as much sense as you have. I am in no way inferior to you. Everyone knows all that you have said. Even my friends laugh at me now. They laugh, although I am righteous and blameless. but there was a time when God answered my prayers. You have no troubles, yet you make fun of me. You hit someone who is about to fall. And that goes into the Sirach where it says that they don't hear, people won't hear a rich man. And I'm going to try to get that. But these godless people live in peace, though their only God is their own strength. That goes into Psalms, I believe 63, right? The wicked prosper, right? I'm about to get a precept. Let's actually get this, right? The righteous is blameless, right? And it hurts because sometimes, I got to look at brothers and sisters that I know that be like, yeah, we can't celebrate birthdays. And the Lord will separate you, and you'll go on social media and see these people, happy birthday. And guess what? That'd be the Lord trying to remove you from distractions. The Lord will remove you from somebody that's not really sincere about the Lord, right? And sometimes you'll see it in your children. Sometimes you'll see it in your loved ones, right? Oh my goodness, y'all. Sorry, this dumb thing is acting mad sniffy. Hold on, y'all. So we're going to go to 19 to verse 24. I'm going to highlight it for y'all just in case so y'all can read it. And I'm going to highlight the G&T too, but I'm going to read the KJV version. And you can read the G&T if you want. So Sirach chapter 13, verse 19 to 24, it says, as the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hate humility, so doeth the rich abhor the poor. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. And when a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. He speak of things not to be spoken, yet when men justify him, the poor man slipped. And yet they rebuked him too. He spake wisely and could have no place. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Rich are good unto him that have no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. So you have to understand, nobody's going to want to hear a poor man, right? Technically, through the spirit, and actually, even if you're rich, you can have $400 million. You are still a poor man because your face is not on your money. You're just a rich slave, right? But Esau make you think that you are. And most of you brothers and sisters, or you niggas, y'all played Monopoly. So the money that you have in your hand is Monopoly, and a credit card is just a Monopoly card. You buying real estate. Well, none of y'all is buying land, buying a country, right? And this is why, if you want to be worldly, you want to enjoy the world, you want to enjoy this place, stay your ass on the world and stop saying Yahweh Hashem or stop saying Jesus, Jesus, right? All of us should be jealous for the Lord's sake. And I'm like we just read earlier. I'm going to want to hear this again. I'm going to bring out a scripture that I always bring out. It is 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 10. And it says, and he said, I'll start at 9 so you can see who it is speaking. And he came thither unto a cave and lies there. And behold, a word of Yahweh Shemashai came to him. And he said unto him, what doest thou here? What doest thou here? Salaki. And behold, the word of Yahweh Shemashai came unto him, and he said unto him, what doest thou here, Elijah? And he said, I have been very jealous for the Lord God. So he's been jealous for Yahweh Shemashai of hosts. For the children of Israel have forsaken, abandoned thy covenant, thrown down thy altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword. Even I only am left, and they seek my life to take it away. Right? And this is why you want to look in the midst. We still got brothers killing brothers. You got some brothers pointing guns at the men of the Lord that's on the highways and byways. Yes, it happened to Gorilla. Yes, guns was pointed to me and Yaramayan. Shoot, we got in a fight with a damn African booty scratcher. And I know in many other camps, you have the same thing, contention going around. But be jealous for the Lord and constantly teach, thus saith the Lord. Speak on the downfall of this bullshit ass place. Right? And that's why children should be excited to see the men of the Lord or their father out here teaching, right? Kids should want to stop doing, oh, pops, he bringing out the word, because your children have to have it on their mind. What if this men of the Lord, what if the prophet is gone and we can't even hear the word anymore? Most women are not going into prophecies. Most women are not getting into destruction and understand the deep things, because the Lord did not suffer women to teach. That's why it's not really on the righteous women. Women that want to be virtuous, is not on their mind to teach the deeper things. And that's why when you see some of the women like, oh, I want to hear I want to see the word. Well, I want to watch a video. The Lord put a spirit on them to be believers of the word. And the children, especially daughters, supposed to take off the reflection of the mother, right? Let me see if I can get this precept off the dome. I believe is Ezekiel 44 and 16. Ezekiel 44 and 16. Please be it. If that's it, that must mean, I bring it out a lot and it's in my mind. No, that's not it. Dang it. I thought I had it. Hold on. I'm going to go through my handy dandy internet. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Salakia. I got to make sure I get that. Let alone, shoot, I'd probably go for your son too when you go to Sirach chapter 30, right? And if the daughter is not like the mother, she's going to look like somebody else. See, I had it backwards. It's 1644. See, I was in the right place. I said Ezekiel 44 and 16, but it's Ezekiel 16 and 44. Right? Let me see. Ezekiel 16:44. It says, behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee. So you got to use this against the woman. Use this against the daughter, saying, as is the mother, so is the daughter. So you could look at her, oh, yep, the daughter is like this, right? They're going to both be alike, right? Of course, yeah. I mean, any woman, they should desire their daughter to be like them. Because if your daughter is not shamefaced, she's going to walk out your damn life and be a damn bobblehead and want to travel the world and go other places. And guess what? That's the move the Lord is going to make. And you're going to travel the world, and the Lord will make your mind travel, and you're going to forget, thus saith the Lord. I've seen brothers that forget precepts, forget Hebrew, forget the whole breakdowns. And it's going to be women, daughters, that's going to forget the way of how to be a woman, right? This is why. Stay in the world if you want to have fun, If you know your father's in this truth and you don't like it, try to come up with a deal and be like, hey, yo, dad, look, I don't really want to be in this truth. I don't believe in it. So can I live with my mom for the weekend and I come over on a weekday? Even though your father gonna be like, hell nah. Right there and then it would make sense, because you're gonna stress your own father out that you don't even want to cleave to this truth. And it's better that you go your own way, because that's gonna be a burden. Right? But technically, your kid shouldn't even lead a father, because he should always put the light around around his children. And eventually, praying, fasting, and doing the work of the Lord, eventually your child will change. A lot of us is gonna want children that come straight out the womb, and they're gonna want to serve the Lord. But what is it? You can't always get what you want. We can't always get what we want. So sometimes we're not going to be able to get our children to be devoted. Just like I'm going to put another video up of this little young king, because he's a motivation to me. Motivation, man.
Think about it. It's like
Hold on.
In the new South Park.
Hold on, that's not it. Let me see this one.
Stay safe. Let's not get some precepts. This book is Iraq, chapter 39, verse 25. It's the good of good things.
Hold on. We already went through that.
I'm planning and preparing for Jacob's trouble to start this year. I don't think that America's going to get blown to pieces and Yahweh Shah's going to come back this year. I do have a feeling that Jacob's trouble will begin.
Hold on, y'all.
And Jacob's trouble is something that's short. It does.
Hold on, y'all. I'm going to try to find another one. Hold on, bear with me. This young king, man, he be getting in there. I don't know what's on this man's spirit, but this brother right here, he really became my motivation.
In the new South Park, look forward. This place is virus. Realizing that, and now why I also the so-called
Salakia, I'm over here trying to find the best spot. When the little king, he really be getting in there.
If I were you, I'd rather not wait to the end to actually deal with your punishment. The reason for it is because so look at something.
And that's where that.
What you saw basically, so all these people that showed, all of the people that did the wicked stuff that they did, they're eventually going to have to pay for it, either at the end or after they did that wickedness, or during they did their wickedness. And to be honest, if I were you, I'd rather not wait to the end to actually deal with your punishment. The reason for it is because you have that plus other stuff that you did. It's kind of like, why do that? In that case, you might as well not do that wickedness and just do righteousness. But you see, people don't believe that. They believe in philosophies that Esau gave them, and therefore they have been stuck in that mentality for years, not just years, but
they've been stuck in the mentality of play, fun, enjoy, right? Let's see. Miss Slick over here just sent me a little piece video. She thinks she's slick. Just look at the title.
So this topic for today, it would be dealing with wicked family members. So I know a lot of brothers, including brothers with children, living in rough times, especially in the last days. So they're living with wicked family members. First, I have to start with the children. Even for you children now who are not in the truth, very important for you to know about this because this will affect you in the future, including for the lost Israelite tribes, the lost sheep. There's something that we, as a nation, even as lost sheep, there's something that we always struggle with, and that's time. But we always wish that we should have done regrets. But I'm just going to get to the point. So, with the righteous children, well, I'll like first off with the brothers. For the brothers out there, or who are staying with their wicked family members, can't give in. We are literally almost out of here. And that also includes the children. We are literally almost out of here. And we need to stay strong as a nation, as brothers in arms. Matthew 10:34-35. Think not that I will come to set peace on earth, but a sword. And what do you use with a sword? Well, you usually use it to fight people, to kill people, to wound people. Well, that's why in the beginning of the video I said, we need to come together, we need to stay strong. Because I would not like it for my brethren, nor for my brethren, any type of brethren, to suffer by the sword. And that also includes my brethren and children. I really don't want you to suffer. And so here is now verse 35. For I have come to send a man at variance against his father, and the daughter.
Hold on.
And the daughter.
That brother getting in there, right? This is a precept right here. This is Colossians. Let me see if I can get it. Colossians 3, which all brothers bring this out fluently. And we're going to read all the way to verse 3. Colossians chapter 3, verse 1-3, it says, if ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above and not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid in Hamashiach. Your life is hid with Hamashiach in God. When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also prepare with him in glory. That is that us getting beamed up and being changed in the twinkling of an eye and watching the destruction of this place. And all of our goals should be to be beamed up with the Lord. But niggas be like, we want to have fun. What's the old song? Girls just want to have fun. So lucky I had a little ice cream. I didn't really want my Jackson 5 face to be on the screen. Lord willing, you can see it right here. You know, you got to set your affections on things above. And that's going off of us being focused, right? Let's go to another one, Proverbs 4:25. Right? Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of our family members that don't take heed to the ministry, they're gonna be here for destruction. You want to play? You want to have fun all the damn time? You're gonna have fun when those nukes touch your body. Proverbs 4:25. Let thy eyes look right on, and let thy eyelids look straight before thee. Being focused, I'm focused on these scriptures. If you focus on the Lord, you're looking straight. You're not looking left, right, trigger, square. You're looking straight. You niggas trying to look back like Lot's wife all the damn time. Look left, look right. If you don't got an interest to the Lord, don't say his name. I can't make y'all, but it makes sense why you're saying his name. Even if you're saying his false name, why would you even call him? You don't care for this. Right? Let me see if this is it. Matthew. I'm going to go there and start at verse 31. Matthew chapter 6. Let me see. Yeah. Yep. Matthew chapter 6, verse 30-34. It says, wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, Shall he not much more clothe you, O ye little of faith? And this goes in like when travail, when things happen, we gotta have faith that the Lord is going to provide, even if things look like it's in a sticky situation. Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what withal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek, right? For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of these things, right? And you got to even think of the northern kingdom that were moving in the customs of the way of the Gentiles. The Lord knew what they needed, and the Lord allowed through the faith, the righteous, to make it back into this truth in righteousness by faith. The Lord was going to clothe them in faith. And that's why you see a lot of the northern kingdom coming back to the Lord. And I'm really saying on this side, I ain't talking about that Jesus Christ and that heel toe coming into the real name, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, keeping the law to the best of their ability and being built up in the faith and seeking out the parables, dark sayings, and the prophecies. The northern kingdom who stepped away, even the southern kingdom, they're coming back into the fold because the Lord is feeding you, right? It was predestined, right? It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof, right? And everybody in your household should be thinking of the kingdom. I'm just saying my preference. What I think is when you see Yahushua feeding 5,000 people, all of them people were going where he was at. Oh, I know he either going to be teaching, he going to do a miracle. Even your children, your household, I don't care what they doing. They should be, oh, yo, I think I got a notification. I think he going, hey, everybody. Yeah, it's just like that. The chicken, when the chicken said the sky is falling, he didn't just say, you know what, let me just prepare myself. He went to go tell the whole community. They said, man, nigga, you bugging. So when children even know, even talking about the grown-ups too, when you know the word coming out, you should be flying to that video, especially if you're like, I love this brother as a teacher, right? On the other side, it's people, you know, I'm supposed to be like I'm supposed to be on this Bible study, but hey, the Lord want me to do this lesson, regardless if they on here, they might be watching a whole nother camp. Lord willing, they stay aligned, right? And they constantly enduring this thing, right? Me personally, I don't want to be mixed up in other people's doctrine. My focus is the kingdom and usher in the kingdom by speaking on the gospel, speaking on the good news, speaking on the bad that we have done so we can clean up. Just like what the kids say, man. Even the children must do the work too. And the kids, you got to know that you are a motivation to the men of the Lord and your motivation to everybody else in Israel when you are set apart. You can't say you are set apart if you are a child that just think of fun. I'm not gonna lie, no kid in this ministry is normal. If you can ask them what's the Lord name and they can say it, you're not normal, right? This is Psalms chapter 1, verse 1 all the way to 6. And it reads, this is dealing with the righteous and the ungodly. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, right? Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of scornful, right? So guess what? Our children, even our household, we shouldn't be sitting in the midst of people that's scornful of the ministry, right? But his delight is in the law of Yahweh Bashem Shai, and his law doeth he meditate day and night. I don't care if you're grown up and a child and you might not know all the law to the best of your ability, especially children. Children should be asking their parents, let alone the mother, hey, mom, can we go over some of the laws? It's over 613 of them. If you don't even catch your own self going over the law, you should always be hoping and praying that your kid has a desire and they ask for it. Mom, can you read like 5 laws? Guess what? Besides the parents, like, oh, look at my child, look at my son or my daughter, look at what my wife is doing, right? Look what my husband is doing. You got to think how much more the Lord is looking upon you. And it says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the river of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So it's just like when me and the brothers used to teach in Niagara Falls, behind us, when you see the water, you see trees in the water, and they are not even being knocked down, right? We have to be like trees that's planted by rivers, or be like trees planted in the water, right? Because that tree that's in the water was big and fruitful. Imagine a tree that's right near the river. Just like when you look at the Garden of Eden, they were right near the Fertile Crescent, where right in the middle of the earth, where it's abundant and fruitful, abundant water, abundant nutrients for things to grow and be abundant. So every child and every grown up should be planted like a tree, right? The last three verses, it says, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. So anybody that don't care about the words of the Lord, guess what? Just know you hoping for your destruction. Oh no, I don't want to die by fire. What is your actions doing? Your actions is showing that you don't care for the ministry, right? Hey, I can't do nothing. It is all the Lord, right? It says, for Yahweh Shemashai knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. And this is why we gotta be happy for the brothers and sisters that's in the truth. And now if they could be teaching something wrong, man, pray for them and do a correction video, right? Because it's a lot of left things going out. You got some brothers saying, have fun. The truth is fun. Yes, serving the Lord is fun. Look, like the brother said, he said, what did he say? He said, be with one of the 144,000. It'd be amazing that your whole life you being in the truth and you cleaving to somebody that's constantly teaching, and then when Yahushai, everything is said and done, we in the chariot, and that one person you was following teaching, he was of the 144,000, and you look at yourself, you might be the 1/3 just because you were following, because really the 1/3 is true believers. They're constantly watching, they're sharing videos, right? They're ushering people to, hey, go watch these brothers, they're good at teaching. Yo, watch this. This is my favorite teacher right here. That brother might be, or that sister, I mean, technically the sister, but that brother, it might be a 1/3. But brothers that's watching the men that's teaching, and then the spirit come upon you, and then you want to teach, you might become 144,000, right? In the other comment, the brother said, he said, usher in the kingdom. Usher in the kingdom. I'm going to leave that on the screen. If you're not ushering in the kingdom in your household, when your kids leave and go somewhere, they got to be thinking of the kingdom when they leave, let alone they have to be thinking, oh man, I hope my grandmother can make it, right? Say something. You could be in school and it just happened. One of your friends like, yo, man, bro, what's that on your shirt? Or yo, you be acting different. What's that word you be saying? Oh, we Hebrew Israelites. The Lord is doing that. Man's going is of the Lord. A man's heart deviseth his ways, but the Lord directs you, right? So anything you could be doing out of the ordinary, and no parent is making you do it, like physically, like me picking up this damn pick, I'm picking it up and smacking it on the table. But if a child has to look at things spiritually and know if they're teaching somebody, if they're reading, that is the Lord doing that to you, because you're taking the word serious. Because faith come by believing in the word. Faith come by hearing the word, right? Romans 8:5. Let's get it. Lord, I'm going to try not to make the video too long. Romans 8:5, and it reads, for they that are after the flesh, do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. If you cannot control yourself in or out this ministry, go to the world, right? Well, hurry up and, yo, can I call my auntie? Can I call my grandma? I need to get out of here. The flesh is going to make you want to be removed from people that's in the ministry. That's what the flesh do. The flesh is going to resist people in the spirit. Sometimes you might have a spirit on you and you can say the word going out and you take your ass upstairs, you take your ass downstairs, you take your ass down the block. Oh man, I'm about to go to the block. I'm about to get in the car and just drive around. And then when the word is done, you come back in the house. You got to always look at everything in a spiritual aspect, right? You got to always look at it in the littlest way, especially when somebody don't tell you to do something. If somebody do tell you, it's for correction. And when you listen to the correction, it shows that you believe and you rearrange yourself, right? Let's get this one. And I'm going to read it in G&T because my brother Sam brought this out one time at camp. And of course, we all read it in the KJV. It hit, like it smacked me. Like when I tell you, like, I don't know if you ever seen that new sport that they came out with where you smack somebody. What this did to me, it smacked me in this virgin. And that's why I try to go as hard as I can for the Lord. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15 in the G&T. Do your best to win full approval in the Most High sight as a worker who is not ashamed of his work, one who correctly teaches the message of the Most High's truth. So especially men of the Lord, we got to divide the truth correctly. Somebody out here got the 100%. That's pushing 100%, which I will believe the apostles, even if brothers mess up, I only seen them correct themselves on social media. But God is not putting them, God Almighty. I'm not saying I know that they're 100 elect. I don't really know. But the way these brothers moving, I know the elect, the elect got that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers is diligent. But at the end of the day, from an elder to a child, we all should do our best to win the approval of the Most High in everything we do. And that don't come with every day. You think of fun. You think of fun. You think of traveling. You think of blowing a bag. You think of smoking weed, doing drugs, a fake created body bitch, or some dude with money with grills on. You think of that before you think of thus saith the Lord. Because he's going to come. Like, there's people in the town, I'm asking, what do the moon mean? Oh, I don't know, but that's crazy. You don't know what the moon being red means? The way the sun is looking bloody. You don't know what that means? And you're not trying to seek out that answer? I'm sorry, right? As a worker who is not ashamed of his work, you can never be ashamed of the work of Yahweh Shem Shai, whatever you do. Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Get out a few more and then I'll probably close out. Philippians 4 and 8. It says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovingly, whatsoever things are good report, which is the whole ministry. If there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the Most High of peace shall be with you. Right? And guess what that remind me of? I got two of them to land me off of each other. Mark 3 and 35. It says, whosoever shall do the will of the Most High, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. So the men of the Lord that's actually striving for Yahweh Shem Shai, you are a brother of Yahweh Shai. I'm always going to think of, I wish I was 12 years old. Yahweh Shai was asking and answering questions. I only seen one young person at my time, which was Asher, let alone another child that be on TikTok. Then this child right here. I haven't seen no other child that go hard for the Lord than these three children that I have seen that are boys, let alone daughters. I haven't seen not one. I haven't seen one. Wait, hold on. Let me take that back in a little inch, in a very, very small inch. From meeting this child in the beginning and seeing situations, I have to say my Araya, because Araya, she gets really hurt when you yell at her. So for me to see that, I'm talking about the littlest things. I'm not talking about the greatest. For me to correct her and then she constantly changing, I love that. And guess what? It motivates me that I have to do better. It's not about her. It's about me. Because if I'm teaching this word, I got to do better. And it shows me that I'm looking at things in the smallest attribute. And that's why everybody around you should be looking at the smallest thing to give them that motivation, that confidence, right? If I heard my brother say his daughters had a dream, I'm hoping that one of my kids have a vision or a dream that I can relate to scriptures. I'm not worried about la la hoo hoo and hoo hoo boo boo. I'm not worried about none of that. But if you can give me something like she said the kingdom was all gold, and I'd be like, yo, bro, you ever teach him that? No, I ain't never teach them that the kingdom was pure gold. That had me like, yo, that is fire. Even myself, I've seen Jacob Trevor. I heard other dreams from grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? It's like this truth is an ongoing motivation. Revelations 1 and 3, just to lay me off of the two scriptures we just read. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So it don't say grown-up child. It just says, blessed is he that readeth, an Israelite. So men and women should be trying to read these scriptures. The Lord is going to bless you. Forget what a mother and a father are going to do. The Lord is going to bless you because you're reading his word. And they that hear the words of prophecy. So if you constantly, oh, yo, I know he about to do a lesson. Or, oh, I see my mom watching a video. It might be good. So mom, what you watching? Dad, what you watching? Right? You don't have to please not one man. Through the Spirit, you are pleasing. We just read it. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15 in G&T. You got to win the approval of the Lord. So when you do those things, the Lord is happy. Yo, they want to hear prophecy. They want to read the word. You know these things is too tough for you, baby. That I bet you the Lord is happy and keep those things which are written. So you could wait a day and somebody say, hey, we went over Proverbs 10 twice this week. What did you do you remember any? Oh, I don't remember. How you think the Lord feel when you've been going over this ministry for like 3 years with your father, your mom, your grandmother, your uncle, and then you come around, you can't even remember a precept? How you think the Lord feel about a grown-ass man that can't even grow? I remember when I first came in and I came around my wife, I only knew 10 precepts. How the Lord was dealing with me. Then I had to double up. He only gave me 20 because I was still holding on things in the world. You have to be able to let go of things in the world to even grow, right? But that one right here is a very motivating scripture for me alone. It don't have to be a motivating scripture for you, but for me, I want to be blessed just because I'm reading. I want to be blessed because I'm watching videos. That's why I believe that's a requirement in this thing. Especially it helps you to be humble so that you don't feel like you think you know it all. Sometimes you could be watching somebody and they can be bringing out something you already know, and you just get a precept from them, and it increase your breakdown, right? And I do that every day. Get an extra precept. This is Matthew chapter. Salaki, I'm trying to get this highlight. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon, which you can't serve God and money, and you can't serve God and other deities. So me and you have to choose who we're going to serve. Let alone, I think is in Joshua, it says, choose you this day who you are going to serve. Now, if it seemed evil to you to serve Yahweh Shem Shai, the door is that way, and don't ever use the door again, because Yahweh Shai is the door. So don't ever use it again. Right? Let's just get this, and then we can probably, Lord willing, close out. Right? Colossians chapter 2 and verse 6. Verse 6. 6 to 8. It says, as ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahushai Yahweh Shema Shai, to walk ye in him. And that goes into St. John, the 15th chapter, to abide in Yahweh Shema Shai, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Be aware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. Right? You want to be rooted and booted in this truth. It's just like a building. If the house is not built on a solid foundation, it will be broken down. You know, like the story Esau made, the three little piggies. I'm gonna make up my own story, the three little lambs. One built a house with hay, stick, and stone, and it did not fall. And now, since I'm quoting it, you see how the spirit work. I said this was the last one. I was really confident it was, but man's going to the Lord, so it cannot be the last one. Luke chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 46. When I came into truth, this is one joint when I started to take it serious. This is like, these scriptures right here is the one that let me know how I'm going to call him the Lord name and I'm not doing what he told me to do. So I was really, how I'm hard on other people and all that, I was hard on myself. The kingdom is something, if you really want it, it deals with long suffering, right? This is Luke chapter 6, verse 46 to 49. It says, why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Nobody should not be saying Yahweh Shema Shai, and you're not doing what the Lord wants you to do. Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built a house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat violently upon the house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. And that goes off when your house is built, you look at the basement. The basement is really built off in the dirt, but it's built from concrete. And it's solid. If it wasn't solid, the whole first floor, second floor, even if you have a third floor or fourth floor, it will all come to a collapse. The foundation is the main point. Just like when you go to Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, verse 20, it is built on the apostles and the prophets, and Yahushua is the chief cornerstone. So Yahushua would be the concrete of the basement, and the building of itself that's built would be the apostles and the prophets, right? So verse 49, it says, but he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat violently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great, right? And even with men, with your sons, just like how a man hold himself in the fear of the Lord, Sirach 27:3, your son, any young man, any grown man should take after the men of the Lord by holding himself in the fear of the Lord. If he don't, his house is going to be overthrown. So imagine if we were here for 20 years and your son have a wife and he's not holding himself in the fear of the Lord, his marriage, his household will collapse. So that's why you always want to work now so that your future can be paved out, right? You working now to get to the kingdom, you do not know. But whatever you're sowing into it, you're going to reap. And at the end of the, having that, being humble every day, I don't even think I'm going to beat 144,000. I might not be the 1/3, but just for the Lord to still put it on me to go and teach, I'm going to still do this until that day come. And then he protect me through Jacob's trouble. And next thing you know, I'm getting beamed up out of it. And then I will know if I am the elect. That is a day we all should patiently desire to wait for, right? So just like the brother has on the screen, usher in the kingdom. Men usher in the kingdom. Like the ushers in the church, ushering in the tithing and offering. Throw that plate away and usher in the kingdom. Go to the highways and byways as much as you can, as much as the Lord put a spirit on you, right? Making sure it's his will and not your will. Don't just do it just to be seen. Don't just do it to be popular. Just do it because you're tired of this place and you're crying against this damn place and you're crying because you're in hell, right? And do sit downs as much as possible. You can do a 3-minute video like this young kid, 6-minute video, a 10-minute video. It don't has to be long, just like what I just did, 1 hour and 4 minutes, right? For constantly usher in the kingdom. And like the title says, stay in the world if you want to have fun. Just stay in the world. And I'm not saying in the truth you don't do things that's fun, but when niggas say, oh, the truth, you can have fun. You put fun over anything. And that's, yo, last night, I'm not going to say this odd name. He is known in Israel as an artist. He can definitely rap. I seen a video with this brother with the ZZs on in the studio. This nigga was puffing a freaking blunt. Right after that, I just said, hell no, I'm not listening to this music no more. Hey, and the Lord might rearrange and change them. But we got brothers saying, you know what? They'll say the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai by Shemar Kakadash and all that, but they say, I don't see that I can't smoke. Yeah, it's not no law against it, but you shouldn't defile your temple, and it's damn sure not wise. And the elect, the 144,000 to 1/3, they're not smoking weed. I mean, I definitely know the 140. They're not smoking weed. Probably in their past life or, you know, before they got in this truth, they were slipping up. Then the Lord removed that veil off of them, that clothing. They're not smoking. But niggas trying to say the Lord's name and you smoking, getting high off the Lord's supply by smoking that Dutch. I'm sorry, brother. Like that right there is like a crazy promotion in this truth, man. That you could just do whatever you want and you can have fun. You can smoke weed. Shoot, if you can smoke weed and it's from the earth, I might as well be able to do coke. That's from the earth. Oh, hey, let's not even do that. I could probably do opioid. Go to an opioid plant like in the Badlands, stab it, and go get high off of the supply. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that is brazy. That is brazy. But other than that, man, I love y'all to the kingdom and never back. Who am I? I am not better than you, and you damn sure not better than me. If I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, I damn sure can do it. Get it right. Get it tight. Get your mind right. Get your spirit right. This is not trick or treat. Treat yourself to the ministry and the gospel of Yahweh Shem Shai, and don't trick yourself away from the ministry of Yahweh Shem Shai. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Death to America, death to Esau. Not on my time, not on your time, not on their time, but his time, because he never early, never late. He is always on time. So all praises to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakakadash. It's your brother Dargabar. And if you don't know, Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. And I'm going to play this video for you.
Set in the heavens before the earth. Or the earth, the cutoff point that the Lord set in the heavens, that the Lord set in the heavens, or the earth, foundation created. There is a cutoff point where he's going to stop talking to us, and he's going to get busy. Them to come through the worst time in history, Jacob's trouble, some things gotta happen for them to move that way. They know what time it is, man. They moving and we moving. They ain't stopping, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna see who's gonna win at the end. It ain't gonna be them.
Four angels around the corners of the earth, man. And what it say? To the seals and the power beasts and seals in their foreheads. So the wind don't touch the earth. So once those serpents are sealed, then the Lord gonna let that wind touch the earth.
And that's when we done talking. That's when we done talking. So don't be like, we can't go on the highways and byways no more. No, you should clap. That is a sign. That's called prophecy. Don't skip the prophecy now. We ain't supposed to be talking, but you want to talk forever? I don't. Come on now. I rule. Absolutely. I want the crown.